Episode 20. It is misleading that organs are from executed prisoners.
各位观众大家好，
Greetings,
欢迎大家来
everyone.
到
Welcome to the
史蒂夫
Ironclad
山
Irrefutable Evidence series. Please don't forget to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this program. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and the entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support. The Chinese Communist Party's evil crime of live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners was exposed on March 9, 2006. Then the CCP intensified their propaganda, claiming the use of organs from executed prisoners for transplants to influence public opinions. But what's really happening? With the evidence we've already presented in mind, please think about the following questions. Can the explosive growth of China's organ transplant industry after 1999 be mostly attributed to the sourcing of organs from executed prisoners? How is it possible to guarantee the procurement of organs from executed prisoners within 1 to 2 weeks on average? Can executed prisoners' organs sufficiently supply the country's high percentage of emergency transplants? How could a doctor receive 3 prisoners' organs by just making a couple of phone calls? A single hospital conducted 24 kidney transplants in 1 day. Could the organs from executed prisoners be enough to supply that hospital's demand for many transplants on that day? Let's explore the answers together. The CCP's average annual execution rate decreased after 1999. According to Amnesty International annual report, from 1995 to 2005, on average, the annual number of executions in China was approximately 1,600. The chart below shows the number of the executed in China. From 1995 to 1999, the average annual number of executed prisoners in China was 8,401 divided by 5 equals 1,680.2. From 2000 to 2005, the average annual number of executed prisoners in China was 9,698 divided by 6 equals 1,616.3, which was a decrease of 4% from the previous 5-year period. Even if the actual numbers were much higher, that would still fail to explain the exponential growth of organ transplants in China since 2000. On March 7, 2013, Dr. Huan Jiafu, the former vice minister of the Chinese Ministry of Health, said in an interview with Southern Metropolis Daily, "Since more than a decade ago, the number of executions has been decreasing by 10% every year. Now the actual number of executions is low." Although Dr. Huang did not state the number of executions, he indicated a decrease in annual executions starting after the persecution of Falun Gong in 1999. The China Judgment Document Network is the official website managed and operated by the CCP's Supreme Court. It also shows that the number of death sentences in China has fallen sharply in recent years. For instance, from July 2, 2013 to December 31, 2014, the Supreme People's Court published a total of 180 death penalty review verdicts on the China Judgment Document Network website, pertaining to 210 defendants with reviewed death sentences. Compared with the average annual numbers of executions published by Amnesty International from 1995 to 2005, it is obvious that the number of death sentences has decreased significantly. The discrepancies between the annual kidney transplant volumes and the annual numbers of executed prisoners are even greater. For example, in September 2013, Zhu Jiye, head of the Organ Transplantation Research Institute of Peking University and director of the Hepatobiliary Surgery Department at Peking University People's Hospital, said in an interview with China Economic Weekly, "Our hospital once performed 4,000 liver and kidney transplants in 1 year prior to 2010. The total number of executed prisoners of the entire country in that year would not be adequate to meet the demand of just this one hospital." This is the total annual volume of liver and kidney transplants released by Ministry of Health in March 2020. It shows 10,000 kidney transplants in 2004. After 2005, the number of kidney transplants was at least 6,200 every year. The chance of finding a matching human leukocyte antigen, HLA, among unrelated donors is extremely low, about 1 in 100,000. Therefore, the numbers of executed prisoners of those years couldn't have been sufficient for the organ transplant operations. Due to health reasons, only a small number of death row prisoners qualified to become organ donors. In 2009, Hangzhou City tested 482 detainees for hepatitis B and found 14.94% of them were infectious. The percentage was significantly higher than the national average, and only 29.46% of them had immunity antibodies present, significantly lower than the national average, 50.09% in 2006 for the general population. In 2006, Hezhi City tested 1,543 prisoners for a variety of infectious diseases. 1.29% tested positive for AIDS or syphilis, and 9.27% tested positive for contagious hepatitis B or hepatitis C. Medical research papers indicate that organ donors are much healthier than the average prisoner. The General Hospital of Beijing Military Region. This hospital performed 30 orthotopic liver transplants between April 2005 and July 2007. The donors, ages 18 to 42, tested negative for hepatitis B, syphilis, and HIV. They had no tuberculosis, malignant tumors, or chronic illnesses. The PLA No. 452 Hospital. This hospital performed 164 kidney transplants from July 2006 to October 2009. The donors were aged 22 to 46 years old, with an average age of 32.3. There were 81 males and 1 female. They tested negative for tuberculosis, hepatitis, syphilis, HIV, and other infectious diseases. Zhongshan Hospital, Fudan University. This hospital performed 298 heart transplants from May 2000 to April 2011. There were 283 males and 15 females. These donors all had no confirmed history of cardiovascular diseases or other major organ issues. Among the hearts procured after 2007, 60 of them were extracted when ventricular fibrillation or asystole occurred, and the rest were taken out while the hearts were still beating. Navy General Hospital. This hospital performed 3 heart transplants between March and August of 2005. The brain-dead donors, ages 22 to 28 and 31, had no history of cardiovascular diseases or any other major organ issues. Qianfoshan Hospital, Shandong Province. This hospital performed 44 liver transplants between January 2002 and January 2005. The donors had no hepatitis B, hepatitis C, HIV, syphilis, or other blood-borne illnesses. Wuxi People's Hospital, Anhui Province. The hospital performed 100 lung extractions between September 2002 and January 2011. The donors had no history of heart or lung diseases, heart or lung surgeries, severe chest injury, extensive pulmonary contusion, aspiration pneumonia, suppurative disease, or malignant lesions. They tested negative for HIV and hepatitis. Nanjing Drum Tower Hospital. This hospital performed 42 combined kidney liver transplants between June 2004 and June 2005. The donors were 19 to 38 years of age. 40 of them were male, and 2 were female. They had no infectious diseases and no kidney or liver issues. As you can see, the donors described in these papers consistently had excellent health. They were much healthier than the average person in China. We've analyzed more than 300 such medical papers from over 200 Chinese hospitals. Most donors, as described in these pages, had no long-term history of taking drugs, no chronic illnesses, no hepatitis, no fatty liver, no diabetes, and even no alcohol abuse. Some of the papers even mentioned that they had no bad habits or addictions. What could have caused such healthy people to become death row prisoners? It's common knowledge that Falun Gong practitioners possess above-average physical health. Why can we say this? Falun Gong practitioners improve their character by following the principles of truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. They regain their health in a short period of time by doing the exercises. This makes them healthier than average people. The CCP were aware of the dramatic health improvements from their own official health surveys. Their evil scheme is to exploit Falun Gong practitioners' healthy bodies for profit through organ harvesting. At the same time, they can eliminate people perceived as enemies and not even consider them human beings. Hospitals in China have been using high-quality organs year in and year out. There's no way they all came from executed prisoners as they claim before 2015. Given the evidence presented in this episode, it is clear that the CCP was lying about the source of the organs. After 2010, CCP health officials began to promote voluntary organ donations in an attempt to shroud China's organ transplant industry in a veil of legitimacy. What is the truth behind the propaganda? Please watch episode 21. It is a lie that organs are from citizen donations. In particular, please note that this is a worldwide unrestricted war without gunpowder. The CCP's crime of live organ harvesting from Falun Gong practitioners not only continues, but has spread throughout society. For example, in 2013, a 6-year-old child, Little Binbin, in Shanxi, went missing. 2 days later, he was found with his eyes gouged out for his cornea. Dozens of university students in Wuhan disappeared for no reason in recent years, and countless children and women go missing every year. Live organ harvesting has become a threat to everyone. Perhaps, as we are talking, many kind and innocent people are being put onto operation tables for their organs. And also, many have been detained in dark prisons for many years, and their hearts, livers, and kidneys are waiting to be excised in an indescribably cruel way at any moment. How urgently they need rescue from the outside world. How excruciating it is for their parents, brothers, and sisters to bear the pain of missing their loved ones for years. Live organ harvesting signifies an unprecedented atrocity that has never existed on this planet. We cannot heartlessly ignore the fact that the Chinese Communist Party is ravaging and killing people. We cannot watch the CCP flagrantly destroy the bottom line of morality with lies, coercion, and financial lures that aim to silence and lead the entire human race to fundamental destruction without taking action. We urge everyone to like, subscribe, and spread the word about our program. Let your family, relatives, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and anybody else in your social circle know the facts of the CCP's mass organ harvesting from living Falun Gong practitioners. Please tell the whole world the truth and stand together to put a stop to the CCP's crimes against humanity. This is a critical issue related to the well-being and security of each individual, every community, and our entire society. Thank you very much for your attention and support.
感谢各位朋友，感谢大家的关注支持。
World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong, WOIPFG, was founded on January 20th, 2003. It is based in New York with branches in Europe, Australia, Asia, and Canada. WOIPFG's mission is to investigate the criminal conduct of all institutions, organizations, and individuals involved in the persecution of Falun Gong. To bring such investigations, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far and deep we have to search, to full closure, to exercise fundamental principles of humanity, and to restore and uphold justice in society. The principle of our investigation holds that those who have committed crimes shall be brought to justice. Individuals shall bear the same responsibility for their involvement in their organization's crimes, and those instigating the persecution shall bear the same responsibility of those who have physically carried out the persecution. We intend to uproot state-sanctioned crimes and safeguard human morality. The criminal conduct of all individuals within organizations, units, and departments involved in the persecution will be thoroughly investigated and brought to justice.